So question 6 involves a theorem where if you understand this theorem, it will boost your Euclidean geometric confidence by a huge margin. So let's do this theorem and let's make sure that you really understand it. Let's give us that DCE, the straight line is the tangent. Tangent is nothing more than a line that touches with a circle at one point, which is C. Determine with using the values of the unknown angles. We're given that A, B, C. We know that B is 48. We have unknown R, T, and S. How do we go about this? So we know that the angle that the tangent forms on the outside of a chord BC will be equals to the angle on the inside and opposite, which will be R. I'll repeat that. An angle that a straight line tangent forms with any chord on the outside is equals to the internal and opposite. So internal and opposite, that's how I remember my tan chord, which means angle R will be equals to 50 degrees. And the reason for that simply tan chord theorem. Simple as that. And we can repeat the same procedure of saying the tangent makes an angle with the chord on the outside and it's equals to the interior and opposite, which means S is equals to 48 degrees. Now our reason, tan chord theorem. So lastly, we need to find what T is. We just found that S is 48. So we need to find what T is. We can find it in two ways. We could say angle S plus angle T is angle 50 is equals to 180 degrees. Not that reason. Angles in a straight line. So what do angles in a straight line do? They add up to 180. So we know what S is. S is 48. And we know what T is. Now we're looking for T. So T will be unknown. Plus 50 equals to 180. So we just isolate our T. Then we take the 48 to the right hand side, which will be negative 48. And we take 50 to the right hand side, which will be negative 50. Therefore, T will be 180 minus 48 minus 50, and T will be equals to 82 degrees. So we found what T is, what S is equals to, and what R is equals to. Move on to the next question relating to the tan chord. Still need to find unknown values. Now we need to find multiple. We need to find out Y is, W is, Z is, V is, and U is. Now we have two tangents CD and BD. What you need to know is that when you have two chords from the same point, two tangents from the same point, in this case D, you know that these two tangents are equal. Two tangents from the same point, which means CD will be equals to BD. And our reason, tangents from the same point, they're equal. It's good to understand, it's good to know. Why is it good to know? If these two tangents are equal, which means we have triangle BCD, it makes triangle BCD an isosceles triangle, which means angle U and angle V will be equal. So we can say U plus V plus 32 should add up to 180. What's the reason for that? Sum of angles in a triangle add up to 180. But we know that U and V are the same thing, so we can just say 2 UV plus 32 is equals to 180. 80. 2uv will be equals to 180 minus 32. So if you say 180 minus 32, you get 2uv equals to 148 degrees. And then uv divided by, if you divide 148 by 2, you should get this is equals to 148 divided by 2, 74 degrees. It means that u is equals to 74 and v is also equals to 74. So we can simply put in 74 as u and v 24. When you add these three, 74, 74, and 32, it should give you 180 degrees to confirm that our answer is correct. But what else are we looking at here? Remember that B and D are tangent and C and D tangent as well. So remember, an angle that tangent makes with a chord on the outside is equals to the interior opposite. So we know that angle Y will be equals to 74 degrees. And the reason? Tan chord. What I love about tan chord is that when you write the answer, the reason is always short, but understanding it is a bit tricky at times. So we can use the same principle here. This chord CD, angle it makes with this tangent CD, the angle it makes with the chord BC on the outside is equals to, can you find anything is equals to? Yes, interior opposite. But we already found what Y is. We need to find what W is. Can we find what W is? We'll be able to do that. We know these are equal, 24, 74 equals to 74. Oh, W is a bit easy to find. Why is it easy to find? It's easy. W is easy to find because W is in the triangle of ABC. As you know, the triangle, if we add what Y is, plus W, plus 16 using triangle ABC, we know that will be equals to 180 degrees. And our reason will be sum of angles in a triangle. So we know what Y is. We calculated that Y is equal to 74 degrees. We are looking for W plus 16 is equals to 180. So if we isolate W and we say 180 minus 74 degrees minus 16 degrees, we should find what W is. It will be 180 minus 74 minus 16 degrees, and we find that W is equals to 90 degrees. So you can also observe that tangent BD forms an angle on the outside, which is angle Z. So we know that the angle that the tangent makes with the chord goes to the interior and opposite angle, which means that angle Z will be equals to angle W. And the reason for that is tan chord, which means angle Z is also equals to 90 degrees. And then we would have really, through these exercises, gotten a good foundation of what tan chord theorem really means.